Hello viewers, myself is Dr. Neeta and you are watching my channel Learn Literature with Dr. Neeta. So let us begin today's topic. Hello students, today we will learn about ode, which is an ancient form of poetry. So first we would discuss about its definition and characteristics. This poetic form originated in ancient Greece and the poet who invented it was Pindar. He was a 500 BC century poet from Greece and the odes that he wrote are known as Pindaric ode. Later these odes were accepted by a Roman poet named Horace and he accepted the form with a certain variations in it. And the odes that he wrote are called the Horatian odes. As far as the theme of odes is concerned, it can be composed on a variety of topics, but these topics are of serious nature. Odes are in the form of address. They are addressed to someone, either to appreciate a particular person or an object, or these are written to reflect upon natural scene or any abstract concept. Ancient Greek odes were written with a purpose. They were basically sung with music and dance at public celebrations. Later, these began to be used as vehicle to convey strong emotions of the poet, especially by romantic poets. So first they were written with a purpose to be sung with music and dance to celebrate any occasion, but later these were written to express the strong emotions of the poet about a certain object or a person. Very special characteristic of ode is that they do not have a set length, regular meter or structured rhyme scheme. It depends on the need of the poet what length he sets for the ode and what kind of meter he wants to use and what kind of rhyme scheme he wants to use. So there is nothing specific about it. Now we would discuss about the structure of ode. On the basis of structure, ode is of three types. One is Pindaric ode, second is Horatian ode, and third is the irregular ode. Pindaric ode is of Greek origin and it is named after the Greek poet Pindar. Horatian ode is named after Horace, who was a Roman poet, and other are the irregular ode. These are the odes as they are adopted by other poets who took liberty in stanza form and rhyme scheme. As far as the rhyme scheme and stanza form is concerned, Pindaric and Horatian ode have certain fixed rule about the stanza form and rhyme scheme, while the irregular odes are not keeping those stanza forms and rhyme scheme. It is of moderate length, neither too short or not too long, and the number of stanzas may vary in each ode. It means it depends on the seriousness of idea how many stanzas it would take. They are elaborate in structure because they are dealing with a serious topic, dignified in style, and serious and solemn in tone. First we would discuss about Pindaric ode. This is classic form of ode and it has a complex structure. Stanza length vary and from 4 to 30 lines. It depends on the poet for how much long stanza he would like to have, either it is of 4 or 5 lines or like that. They are usually performed with chorus and dancers at the public events, and they were also the part of the dramas sometimes. They consist of 3 stanzas and these stanzas are known as triads. The name of these stanzas are strophe, antistrophe and epode. These 3 stanzas are standing for the 3 steps in the dances. They are sung by the chorus and chorus moves on the stage from right to left and it makes strophe, and when the chorus is moving from left to right, it makes antistrophe, and when the chorus is standing still in the middle and uttering the lines, it is epode. And it means strophe and antistrophe denote movements during the dance, and they have the same stanza length and meter, while epode denotes stand during dance and has a different stanza length and meter. This is a very complex form of poetry, and this form was revived during the Renaissance period, and the poets like Thomas Gray has adopted it in his famous ode Progress of Poesy, and Wordsworth has adopted this form of poem in his Immortality ode. Now the Horatian ode. This ode is also known as homostrophic ode. It means it is having a recurrent stanza pattern. It means all the stanzas are of same length and meter. If they are of 4 lines, all the stanzas are of 4 lines, or 5 lines or 6 lines, all the stanzas would have the same length, and their purpose is not to be performed on the stage, rather they are meant to be read. Because they are the expression of the serious, thoughtful speculations of the poet about an object. They are less formal and more intimate and contemplative than Pindaric ode. Examples of these odes are Alexander Pope's Ode on Solitude and John Keats' Ode to Nightingale. Now the third and the last one, irregular odes. These odes, Horatian and Pindaric, were accepted by a number of writers, but they were free to have their own subject matter, and they were free to have their own stanza structure and rhyme according to their own suitability. As far as the subject matter and tone of irregular ode concerned, it is somewhat similar. It is serious like Horatian and Pindaric ode, but stanza structure and rhyme according to their suitability, and these were made popular by Abraham Cowley during 17th century. The example of irregular ode are P.B. Shelley's Ode to the West Wind and John Keats' Ode on a Grecian Urn. Thank you.